Converse lovers neon universe for music freaks. Forget Myspace, forget Geocities or W3 schools, because Neopets was the real training ground for HTML and CSS wizards in the early 2000s. Think of Neopets guilds like a mix between a Myspace profile page and a secret club for all sorts of different fandoms, and we're going to explore a bunch of them. It's one of the only websites that still has all of these pages accessible to this day. My Neopets account is 22.5 years old, which means my poor Terry has been waiting 2 decades for me to come back with more omelets. Neopets.com was launched in 1999. Their goal was to create an online world where people could adopt virtual pets, play games, and interact in a somewhat wholesome community. Little did they know they were about to accidentally introduce an entire generation to the dark arts of web design. A place where kids, mostly unsupervised, were learning HTML, CSS, and graphic design, all in the pursuit of making their guilds or shops look cooler than everyone else's. You'd join guilds for your favorite bands, shows, or if you were like me, the emo clubs with names like Tears of Midnight. Let's take a look at my Neopets account, which I haven't really touched since probably before most of my audience could legally drive. If we look at the settings of the profile, my hobbies are still set, and it has my interests that I chose when I was 13 listed as TV VCR repair, pets, birds, and music, rock. I want to give them a round of applause for having TV and VCR repair as one of the pre-populated options. For the record, I put TV VCR repair as an interest, likely because my parents owned an electronics repair shop in the 90s. This is my dad and this is my mom at the shop when she was pregnant with me. Neopets also provided you with an HTML guide if you needed help with your profile, which clearly I do because it's blank. Neopets was all about customization and free expression when it came to designing your pages, like the basic concept of tags that make up HTML, inserting text, inserting images, creating links, even adding music and creating banners. This is my oldest pet. His name is Jason Bourne, and he's 7,799 days old. And for anyone concerned about the well-being of my tragically neglected Neopets, don't worry. I did track down a delicious omelet.
Here you go, little fella. You want some omelet? Here.
So they're all happy now. We're all good. No more neglect. Now, the moment that you've all been waiting for. Let's find some interesting guilds. As far as I know, every time we do a search, it brings up the guilds by keyword randomly. We're just going to open a bunch of these. Look at this background. Okay, so this guild, which is called Good Charlotte Rockin' On, a place for all those Good Charlotte fans, was founded on June 4th, 2005. I'm having trouble reading this. Like, my eyes are freaking out. Obviously, in a lot of these guilds, there are so many broken links from old photo bucket accounts. I love a good scrolling banner where they spell rock, R-A-W-K. Music fans, welcome. This guild is dedicated to honoring the hard work of all the wonderful music artists of today. Well, today meaning as of April 24th, 2005. The world is black and hearts are cold and there's no hope. That's what we're told. One of the fun things about Neopets was that the customization was even allowed to break the website. Honestly, I didn't really foster any relationships in the guilds. It was more like a status symbol, like you could be part of a guild that represented what your aesthetic was at the moment as an early angsty teenager, or one who was at least trying to look angsty. When you created a guild, you would pick which neighborhood you wanted to put your guild in. I always put my guilds in the haunted forest because I was emo like that, which is not something that anyone should ever say. Oh, you know what I bet would be good? Evanescence. Lost in a dying world. Here, most of us love either Evanescence or Tamora Pierce, or both. You can still join if you don't like them, but you can't badmouth them in front of us, okay? At its core, Neopets was all about adopting and caring for virtual creatures. It wasn't really a game, it was more of a whole ecosystem with its own economy, social structures, even a black market. And while there was no real goal to the game, keeping your Neopets happy and well-fed was the general expectation. But unlike Tamagotchis, your Neopets couldn't actually die. So really, it was just a test of how guilty you'd feel about abandoning them for months at a time. Or years. or decades. Let's look up the Harry Potter guilds and the Lord of the Rings guilds and see which fandom was better at HTML. The layout has been broken. I'm sure at one point the text was correctly formatted in these little boxes. Wow, a magical brand new guild as of 2007. Somebody took so much time and effort to make this beautiful collage. Okay, let's try Lord of the Rings. So this is a guild that is dedicated to the realm of the High Elves of Noldor. This guild, called the Undying Lands, was founded in August of 2004. The user who made it put up a little update saying that they're very sorry they haven't updated at all. I also have gotten other things on the internet to worry about. I didn't mean to be gone so long. I've met some wonderful people on here. So I'll try and keep this guild up and running if I have some help. Again, I'm very sorry. Now I'm kind of depressed. Their guild is in the land of Mordor, where they bake pie and love Sauron. There can be no freedom without sacrifice. There are more emo guilds, I feel, than anything. And I'm not sure what that says about the demographic of people that were specifically drawn to Neopets. The Neopets emo kid pipeline. Converse lovers neon universe for music freaks. If you're here, you likely have a darker persona, a morbid sense of humor, and are all around evil. Ooh, the Gothic Hollow. Yes, I know most of you hate the music, but oh well. And it just says, it's over. So sorry. Should this guild come to an official close? No. Oh, I can't vote because I'm not a member. Conspiracy theories of America. Penguin communists are taking over the world. There seems to be a war between the scene kids and the emo kids. Rawr! Not scene? Get out of here. So basically this guild is for all you scenesters out there. Just really cute things like Inferno Cupcakes of Doom. This guild was founded in 2002, so this is an OG right here. Ooh, welcome to the Guild of Classic Rock. For those about to rock, we salute you. So their theme is classic rock and oldies from the late 50s to the early 80s. This is a public service announcement. I would like to formally remind you that in 2005, many teenagers considered the early 80s to be oldies. It is now 20 years later, which means, whether we like it or not, music from the early 2000s is officially oldies. Thank you for your attention to this deeply unsettling matter. Ooh, ain't nothing but a hound dog. Just adults communicating and having fun whenever they have the time. We have some dancing gifs and some blinking dogs and a butt. I really miss how much freedom we had to customize things back then. These days, everything is designed to be uniform because brands want a clean, controlled look. And I understand to a certain degree. After all, we've seen enough guilds today with broken formatting to understand why web designers started enforcing structure. But I still can't help but think that it was better to have the choice. The choice to make things ugly, break the formatting, and mess around with the most unreadable color schemes known to man. And without the perspective that comes from being able to do things the wrong way, I think we really miss out on something, especially for those who are growing up now. See, this is adorable because I'm guessing that they made that little cat graphic themselves and this little lollipop. That's so cute. Unicorns exist. This is a guild for those who believe. Guild news. Roleplay. Don't understand roleplay? To tell the truth, neither do I. I wonder if there are any Star Trek guilds. Welcome to Voyager. I would really appreciate anyone joining. My crew is small. That's so sad. Star Trek Wells. Virtual holographic area restricted database. Temporal crimes will not be excused. This is incredible. This might be the winner of the day. Are you a Trekkie or love any other really cool fantasy or sci-fi series? Tired of seeing little Star Trek guilds spontaneously combust? I hope this can be different. Welcome aboard the Federation starship, Tuvik. It's time to high warp it wherever we want. So this guild was founded on July 17th, 2004, and its last update was July 9th, 2008, which was a pretty good run if I say so myself. Captain's log, final entry. After an extensive exploration of Neopian guilds, I can confidently say that we have reached the outer limits of today's episode of Crazy Hark's amazing emporium of total retro madness. And sometimes other things too. My crew, also known as my Patreon supporters, have made this mission possible, and I thank them for their service. If you would like your name in the credits for my next voyage, you know what to do. Until next time, live long and break the website formatting.